Hey everybody, welcome back to the Armed Scotsman. Today on the table we have a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 Compact. Let's get this going. All right, folks, as I said, this is the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 Compact. Change of scenery, still down at Ready Gunner. Thank you again to them for hosting me here for now to review guns. But yeah, let's change this camera angle around, put this down on the table, and give you some nice close look up of the features. All right, let's start at the bottom here. Let's eject the mag. It does come with metal mags, 15 rounders, if your state allows it. Let's move to the bottom here. There's a couple of things to go over in the bottom right here. One of the things you're going to notice is this kind of like moon cut right here. It's not all the way through. What that is designed to do is to rip and grip your mags if need be. So that's kind of a nice feature. They're not super obnoxious. They're not cut out all the way through, but they definitely give you a nice little purchase in there on both sides if you need to rip that mag. So I do like that. Very nice. Now you'll notice this piece here on the bottom too. Basically, this does have adjustable back straps. Basically, you just take this out, take this back strap off and put whatever strap you want on and put that back in. Locks your back strap in place. I believe it comes with 3 different back straps, so you can kind of customize it to fit your hand, different palm swells and things like that. I'm not sure what size is on here, but it does feel pretty dang good in my hand, so no complaints from me. But again, I'm not sure what size this one is. Okay, so let's talk about the texturing. It is very aggressive all the way around and onto the front too. It's very, very grippy. I really like that. You know, as I say, if your hands are sweaty, if they're wet, you should still be able to get a very good grip of this gun. So it's very nice texturing all the way around. Bit of a trigger undercut, as you can see right here. There is no kind of texturing underneath or on the front like some guns. Moving up, you have your mag release, which does have a little bit of texturing. It could be a little more aggressive for me. Now, this is, again, a gun that's been well used, so I don't know if it first came, if it was had more texture on there, but I would have liked to see maybe just a little bit more texture in there. Personal preference. All right, moving on up, you've come to the trigger. Now, let's go over the trigger real fast. You'll notice there is no external safety, or manual safety, I should say, on this one. They do come with manual safeties if you wish, but we do have the trigger blade safety on this one. You can see it right there. And so what that means, if you don't know, if you push on either side of the trigger, it will not fire. You have to depress that center blade. And you can see it why up there, if I push this in, that basically disengages it. So if you push back, you'll notice it hits off the polymer frame. You press that and it will go in. So that's how your safety works. So let's go ahead and see how that the pull is. You got some take up. You hit the wall. Decent break. I mean, it's a striker fire gun and they're not known for having amazing triggers, but that's not too bad. You'll also notice the little nubbin, right there. Let me see if I can actually just let that go again, and I'll show you. This little nubbin right there, that is to stop over travel on the trigger. You can see that it does hit off that. For over travel, so there's no over travel. Let's check the reset. A little bit of let out. Not super tactile and audible. It does push your hand forward though, or your finger forward, which is nice. Let's go ahead and check the pull weight while we're here. Sometimes it gets a little difficult with the trigger safety and this, so we'll see if I can get it to do it okay. 3 pounds. Seems a little light. Let's try that again. Came in at 4 pounds. Let's do the third one and see if we can get some kind of consistency here. 3 pounds 13. So I'm going to go with about a 4 pound pull on this particular one. Again, now this one is broken in as well. But yeah, 4 pound trigger. As I say, take up, you're at the wall. Decent break, let out, Not super tactile and audible, but it does force your trigger finger out, as I said. Overall, not a bad trigger for a striker fire gun. Okay, moving along, you do have a 1913 pick reel right here, so you can attach lights, lasers, whatever you need. There's, this is pretty universal, so you shouldn't really have any compatibility issues for lights. Takedown lever, we'll go over that in a sec. This is your slide lock, slide release. This does sit a little further out than I anticipated compared to some of the guns I've reviewed recently, and it is ambidextrous, so it is on this side also, if I can get that there. So they definitely sit out just a little bit further, but since they sit out further, it does make them very easy to actuate and push them up. It's a little stiff going down, but yeah, actuating, it works really well, as I say, because they do just stick out just a smidge. It makes all the difference. It does have some, ridges on there. Okay, moving up to the slide, you've got some really cool serrations on the front and back here. They are pretty grippy, nice grip on there, nice grip on the front. Some of the previous older models just had it down here and they didn't have the serrations up here. And it makes more sense to have them up there. If you're trying to grip the gun at the front, press check or whatever, I guess you can do it below. It's just a little harder the way they are, but they are there for you. Okay, moving to the top, you'll notice this model came with optic height sights. You can see they are raised. I was going to say suppressor height sights, but I think they're just designed for the optic. They're 3-dot white sights, as you can see. A ton of aftermarket parts for these guns, so if you want to change them out, that will be very easy to do. I'm sure you'll have no problems. You do have an optics cut here. And one other thing to notice on the slide is this little hole right here. This is actually a round indicator, loaded round indicator. Now, obviously, because of the angle I'm at this range, I'm not going to load this gun, but I'm going to roll in a picture and it will show you the brass that you can see. So when it's loaded, you'll see a brass or steel, whatever you're using for your ammo. You'll see it reflect through here. So another nice feature of the gun. And obviously, it's got on the barrel chambered in 9mm, because this is obviously a 9mm striker fired gun. And that's pretty much it for the outside. Let's go ahead and break this down. Pull the slide back, lock it back. This is pretty similar to a lot of guns out there. I really like how easy these are to take down. Push your takedown lever down 90 degrees, so it's like that. Now, you're going to want to make sure that this is absolutely empty, because you're going to have to pull the trigger to remove the slide, which we already empty because I already checked. Pull that back, let the slide go so it's forward. Push forward, pull your trigger in, and let it go forward like so. This is your lower, and you can see, as I say, you've got your ambi slide release right there. Now, the interesting thing is this one, as you can see, sits a little further forward. Sorry, I'm trying to get the lighting right for you. This one sits a smidge bit forward than the left-hand side one, so that's interesting. They are definitely not quite at the same point there. Anyway, so that is your lower, and then go to your slide here, stainless steel slide, polymer lower, captured guide rod, stainless steel, as you can see. I believe it's stainless steel. And then you come to your barrel. This is a 4-inch barrel. So you do have a nice, it's a little dirty. There's a nice wide feed ramp on there for hollow points and things like that. Anyway, and that is your basic disassembly. All right, so let's do a quick size comparison. Now, I do have my Glock 19 here. I do have a lot of crap on it, so apologies for that. But obviously, I've got an extended. Let me take the mag out because I've got the mag, and then I have a Radian on here. But let's check that out. It is definitely very similar in size. I'd say maybe just a smidge bit longer. But overall, yes, it is a very comparable size to the Glock 19. Let's talk about shooting the gun. I went through my initial 300 rounds, no problems whatsoever. Gun shoots really nice. That break on the trigger is pretty nice. Overall, decent trigger. Very good grip, as I already mentioned. There's a lot to like about this gun. There's a lot of nice features on it. Now, I haven't done a lot of reviews with Smith & Wesson pistols. I've done a few, but I'll need to do some more, because overall, I'm definitely impressed with this gun. I say optics cut, good grip, good capacity, nice trigger, good serrations. It's got a lot on here. And you're talking about, you know, kind of the average for this kind of gun is about $600, versus where you're talking about the Glock is. So if you're not looking, if you don't want a Glock, you don't like how Glock feels, check out the Smith & Wesson. You might like this a little more. But overall, I definitely liked it. Again, just my first impressions. But that's pretty much it for me, folks. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask below. Happy to help out, as always, wherever I can. And that's it. Until next time, folks, we'll catch you later.